we always get a lot of questions about how we met and our story and about the butterflies and just all those different things. So we decided that it would be easier to make a little video just to explain everything. Do you want to start with how we met?
So how we met is an interesting story. It starts actually a little bit before the time we actually met in person. So when I was a senior in high school, one of her friends that she danced with went to my high school, and we were friends on Facebook. So I actually saw a picture of Megan on Facebook, and then I added her and I sent her a message. And so she didn't respond. And then I sent her another message like 2 months later, and still no response. But she claims she never saw them.
I really didn't. I never saw them.
I
didn't use Facebook.
You're gonna see.
And if I did
No.
use Facebook, it was my mom, and she would post statuses for me, and she would post my pictures on there. I never use Facebook, and I still don't ever use it.
I sent her all the messages, never heard anything back. Spring forward to summer of 2018. My best friend, he texted me and wanted to go on a double date, and we actually, I happened to be in Utah for that summer.
Yeah.
And so it worked out perfectly.
From school.
And so we go on a double date, and he brings Megan Scala. And I remember walking into Zupa's, and I was feeling super embarrassed because here's this girl that I messaged twice while I was in high school and never got a response. And so I was really nervous and thought it was gonna be kind of awkward because, this girl's gonna think I'm the weirdo that sent her a bunch of messages and all this stuff, but
I had no idea.
I still don't know. But
I had no idea.
Actually, it ended up being a lot of fun. We just had dinner and then went up to my house, my parents' house, and we watched a movie and played some games. And I remember I just was thinking, obviously I was a little worried she's gonna be, or it was gonna be a little awkward with me having messaged her, but then also I was like, okay, I'm jealous of my friend. He somehow got a date with Megan Scala, and I failed. I never got that. So yeah, that's how we first met. Anything you want to add to that?
I remember going home from that date, and my sisters and mom, of course, they're so involved in my life, and they were like, okay, tell me everything about the date, we need the scoop, do you like him, do you not like him? And I was like, he's really nice, and we love Isaac, but I just wasn't interested at all. But I was like, but his friend was on the double date, sorry Isaac, but his friend that was there, I was like, he is so cute, and he's so my type. And they were like, well, then you should go for it. And he was on the double date, and the girl that he was with, he was dating. And so I was like, whatever, I didn't even think anything of it for a long time.
Well, me neither, really.
Yeah, so then this is where things get really interesting, and this is everyone's question. I get so many questions about this. So the girl that he was on that date with, they ended up getting engaged, and then a little after that, I also ended up getting engaged, and as you all know, things did not work out, and that's totally fine.
We got engaged, things didn't work out, and then after that, I got broken off. So
after he broke his off, he messaged me on Facebook again.
Yes, so that's when I messaged her. The thing was, so this is April, or a little bit, maybe end of April, I sent that message.
Yeah.
The thing was, I don't have Instagram, and so I never even knew.
He never knew that I was ever engaged or dating anyone, because again, I didn't ever have Facebook, and he didn't ever have Instagram.
Well, she had Facebook.
I had Facebook, but I didn't have the app on my phone.
Never posted on it. I never had any idea or even knew that she was engaged at all. And so I sent this message, and of course, no response again. And all I said was, I said oh, you were with Isaac on the double date.
Yeah.
And didn't get a response, just got ghosted again. So I thought, you know what, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. But then fast forward to
it was like the
June
end.
1st?
Yeah, June 1st. And this is after I had broken off my engagement. So his engagement's broken off, mine's broken off. So I just remember waking up one morning and I had the strongest feeling that I needed to download Facebook. I don't even know why. I just like woke up and it just like, the thought just like came to me like, you need to check Facebook. So I downloaded Facebook and then I got like the notification that I had messages and I downloaded Messenger and I saw Zach's message. And I screenshotted it and I sent it to my sisters and they were like, oh my gosh, you have to message back. He's so cute. And I was like, this is the guy from that date that I liked. And they were like, oh my heck, like, we're so excited. Like, let us know everything that happens. We need every detail.
Screenshot all three messages.
So yeah, so then they were like, wait, he messaged you in 2013, like when you guys were in high school. This is crazy. So it was just like so funny. So then we like I figured all that out. I finally saw the messages and I messaged him back. We messaged back and forth for like not very long and then he asked for my number. So then we texted and then all of a sudden he's like, hey, I'm just like walking around New York City. Can I call you?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my heck, I was so nervous. So I was like, yeah, sure. So then he calls me and we talked on the phone for like 2 hours and we didn't even like know each other, but like there was just like an instant connection.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy because I was in New York City for my job training. I want to be home for another week because that was like right at the beginning of my training.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, I'm just going to try and talk to her as much as I can. And so literally like we just talked like the whole time I was walking around downtown Manhattan, and it was kind of crazy just like how quickly like we felt comfortable like talking to each other, and like we had a very similar story obviously, so we kind of like bonded or connected on that level. And so I don't know, it was just crazy how fast like we felt comfortable with each other.
It was so fun. It was like the best, like smoothest conversation, like no like awkward weird things. Like it was just like perfect. Like I felt like I just like had known him forever. So through that week, like while he was in his job training, we FaceTimed like every night, and every time I would FaceTime him, I would go in my room, and I was living at my mom's house, and Rachel and my mom would sit outside of the door and like listen to us FaceTime. And like if Rachel ever got like nervous that there was like possibly gonna be like an awkward pause, she would like text me a question to ask him. And like all these funny things, like she would do that. But like there was never a reason for it because it just like it was like so natural, and we like it was like we were like the same person. Like we have like the same like thoughts and opinions on like pretty much everything that like I don't know, he's just the best person to be around. When
I was in New York, it was like the second or third to last day that I had there, and all of a sudden she was like, tell me about her favorite like cookie spot in New York. And like I never had time to go and really see much, just because it was so busy. And so she's like, oh, don't worry, like I'll just send you the cookies. And so then I came back to my hotel room at like, and it was like 10 or 11 at night, and then I had these amazing cookies. And so as soon as she sent that, I was like, okay, like she's serious about it, like she's into it a little bit. So that was like a really good sign for me. So that was like the highlight of my New York City experience for sure.
So I sent him cookies. We keep FaceTiming throughout the week, and we have our date planned for that Saturday, June 8th, and he planned it all. And we went to Blue Lemon for dinner, and then we went to a paint night, and then after that we went to like a dessert place. But this is where the butterflies come in. So that week that we were texting when he was in New York, we were like flirting back and forth, and we decided to make like a shared note with each other. And we did like a summer bucket list of like things that we wanted to do like all summer long with each other, like all the fun dates we wanted to go on before he had to leave to go back to school. And we were just like talking about our bucket list, and I texted like with one of my text messages that I sent to him the butterfly emojis. And he was like, what is that butterfly for? And I was like, you don't know what butterflies are? Like, how do you not know what butterflies are? And so then I like screenshotted like the definition of butterflies, like the feeling you get in your stomach when like the person you like texts you or walks in the room or whatever. And he's like, no, I know what butterflies are. He's like, I just had never like,
never
heard or seen anyone like use the butterfly emojis to like say that or whatever. So then we would always like text each other back and forth like the butterfly emoji, like whenever someone would like say something flirty or whatever. So then we're on our date and we get to the paint night and we end up painting butterflies. And it was really cute. We were like, that's so cute. I don't know. We just like love the butterflies already like from the start. So that was like something that like brought it all together. And then, so it was such a fun first date. It was the best first date I've ever been on.
Then we came back and met your family, and they were like super easygoing and super easy to talk to. And I was like, obviously a big thing, just feeling comfortable with someone else's family. And so that was really nice that right off the bat, like everyone was really welcoming and nice. And so that made a big difference for me. And then the second date.
Well, of course, they all knew we were going to come back to my house after. And so all my sisters and their husbands and my parents, even my aunt and uncle were over, like waiting so that they could meet him.
Yeah.
And everyone loved him.
There was a lot of pressure, but
you did great.
Like it was just weird. It just felt like normal. Didn't feel really. I wasn't nervous, and everyone was just really nice. So yeah, it was fun.
So then we watched a movie. And we kissed.
No.
On the first date.
No, we didn't.
Shut up.
Yeah, because I said I wasn't going to.
I know. He was, well, that's funny. That's an even longer story. I claimed that I don't kiss on the first date. So we were trying to decide if technically that first date was our first date or not.
Yeah.
Or if our FaceTime dates were our first date, or if the double date when we weren't with each other was our first date, which obviously that's a joke. But we kissed, so I guess it wasn't a first date. Another question we always get is, when did you know that you wanted to marry me?
I don't know, it was just weird how quickly we connected, just like over FaceTime and on our phone calls that first week. So I definitely felt like there was something special there from the beginning. And then obviously our first date and then meeting your family and meeting everyone, I really was starting to feel like, okay, like I really hope, she likes me and feels the same way. And then the second date, we went to Sundance and went on the Moonlight Chairlift, and that was just another like big moment just because we had nothing else to do other than just talk.
Yeah, like
the whole
there's
time.
Nothing. Like you sit on the chairlift for like an hour.
Just go up and back.
That's it.
And it's really slow.
And it was freezing, so it was like a good excuse to cuddle.
But no, that was a lot of fun. And then there's this date, I think, was that right after that? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was like a couple days later.
I came over here, and that was the first time I really hung out with like her family.
Me and Amy together, because Amy was going on a date and she wanted us to be here when he picked her up, and then after their date was like kind of over, they came back and they wanted to have s'mores with us. So that was like the first time he had really like seen me and Amy like really interact with each other and be like kind of crazy. Yeah.
And like it really brought out your sense of humor just because you guys were obviously a lot more comfortable with each other and joking, and so that was like a lot of fun and really big to me just to see how she interacted with her family and her that kind of lighter side of her sense of humor. And then also like after that we went outside and we brought out the computer to like watch a movie on the tramp, and we had blankets and everything. And so we went out somewhere before midnight, and we were out there for like 2 or 3 hours, and we never once turned on a movie. We
just talked the whole time.
Just talked and just had fun, and we were laughing so hard. And that was like the night that I knew I was like, okay, yeah, like I definitely want to be with her forever. And I don't know, it was just kind of checked all the boxes really quick. I know it's kind of crazy to say like after the second or third date that could say that I knew I wanted to marry her, but it's really how I felt, and there was no looking back after that.
Aww.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so cute.
Oh.
Okay, so for me, I would agree.
Yeah.
And another one
What?
is the date that we went on when you asked me to be your girlfriend.
Oh, that was a good one.
It was so cute. So we had planned to make dinner together, and I was like, I'm gonna make like my favorite pasta for you. The pasta is called You Won't Be Single for Long, and that's what I made for him, and I was not single for long after that. So then we made dinner together all night or whatever, and he like gave me the flowers and he gave me a note, and he was like, don't read it until after I leave. And I was like, okay, I won't. I put it in my pocket. So then after we made our food, we ate everything, and then I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. So then I went upstairs and I read the note.
So mean.
I read the note
So mean.
and I sent a picture of it to my sisters, and it was like the sweetest note ever. Like,
Yes,
so
it's
he was
something
like,
like
I'm
that.
planning on asking you to be my girlfriend. I hope when you hear this, like, you've said yes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was so cute. So then I like go back downstairs and I'm like all like so excited, you know, because like I knew it was gonna happen. Downstairs in the basement, and we were gonna like turn a show on. We don't even think we didn't even turn a show on. So we were just talking. And then he asked me to be his girlfriend. So after he asked me to be his girlfriend, I told him that I had already read the note. But it was so cute. I loved it. It was just like so kind and thoughtful and like caring, and just like showed like just like a lot about him, and I loved that. Okay, so we had our first date on June 8th, and we got engaged on August 10th. So it was really quick, and then our wedding was October 12th. So like a lot quicker than normal, which, you know, it just like was just perfect for us and just exactly what needed to happen.
Just because I was at school in Rhode Island, and like we knew that we wanted to get married, so it's kind of like, why wait if we want to do this?
Yeah, like,
it was crazy.
We did everything like way out of order. Like we took our engagement photos, like our announcement pictures for our invitations before we even got engaged. So like I used a fake ring. Like I used like the ring from the store that looked most like the ring that mine was going to be, just for those pictures, so that we could get everything in before he left.
Yeah.
I was surprised when we got engaged. I had no idea. I honestly thought he was gonna wait until, because I had a trip planned out to come surprise him, and I honestly thought it was gonna be then. But it ended up being on August 10th, and
Jay Brooks came through
I know.
for us.
Oh my gosh, Jay Brooks is the best. That day
I picked her up in the morning.
It was like supposed to be like our kind of like last like big date before he left. So we like knew we wanted to make it like really fun and kind of cross some more things off of our summer bucket list. So we went to Park City and we watched like the Olympic.
Yeah, jumping off. So it was during the summer, so they're jumping off into a pool.
Yeah, it was really
tricks
cool.
And stuff.
So that was really fun. And then after that, we went home and we decided we wanted to like do like get a little bit dressed up for dinner. So I like put a dress on, and
she knew what was coming the whole time.
I totally knew. I'm gonna be honest. I knew because he gave it away on accident.
Yeah.
The day before we got engaged, we went to a rodeo. His family goes every year. It's like tradition. Go to the rodeo, and we're taking a picture at the end, and we were posing like this. My hand was right here, and he pointed to my ring finger and said, "Tomorrow."
I was like, no.
And then instantly he was like wanted to like eat his words. And so I knew. But it was still like so perfect, and I was, you know, like I didn't know how you were gonna do it. It was still so perfect and amazing, and still so surprised. You didn't ruin it.
Anyway.
So we went to dinner that night, my favorite restaurant, Fleming's. And then I said, like, you know, like I didn't know what we were doing, so I was just kind of going along for the ride, just kind of like waiting for it to happen. And we came back to my house, and we pull up, and there's like all these like pretty twinkling lights, and there's like an M&Z sign, And my friend Jordan was playing the guitar. He was like playing our favorite song.
Then there's like flowers,
There's flowers,
like petals
and
leading up to
candles.
this little, like they have a little pavilion on the side of their house.
All lit up with string lights.
Yeah.
It was so pretty. It was
Nice.
perfect.
Then as we went up, as we walked past like her house and all the windows, like we just see all the little kids, all the grandkids,
Yeah.
just like
His family, my
lined up at
family,
the
they were, like,
window.
eyes
Everyone's
glued to the
recording,
glass.
like acting like we can't see them, but it was a lot of fun. Said a couple words, got down on my knee, asked her to marry me, and then everyone else came outside. It was really fun. It was nice to have the whole family there and everyone see it.
Yeah.
And it was also like kind of our first time our families had really met each other.
Yeah, like our
met each
whole
other.
family, both of our whole families were there, and you know, like they got a chance to like meet and really interact with each other, and that was really fun. And yeah, it was just like I said earlier, like everything just like flowed so perfectly. Like you know, like our families meshed so well, and like you fit in perfect with my family, and I feel like I fit in perfect with your family, and like just meant to be, honestly.
But yeah, that was a lot about how we met and got engaged and the whole story, and obviously there was a lot of dates in between there, and it was a very busy summer because I feel like I was working all day, and then like
crazy
at night just trying to put in as much time with Megan just because I wanted to be with her, you know, all the time, but obviously work didn't let me do that. And then I don't know, it was crazy. It was a fun summer, and then I think the thing I was like most nervous for was going back to school to tell my teammates at Brown about me getting engaged, because obviously that too, and also when I went home I wasn't even dating anyone.
Yeah.
And then I come back.
He goes home, he's not dating anyone, and
come
like
back, I'm engaged.
none of them are married or even like that's not even on their radar. Like we are younger. I feel like for getting married.
Yeah.
And they were shocked.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? If we would have heard about someone else having this exact same story, we would probably think they were crazy too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it worked for us, and very lucky that everything worked out, and I even met Megan. But yeah, it's a crazy story. Very crazy story.
But it's perfect, and yeah.
More videos to come.
Yeah.
If you have any other questions, comment below.
Subscribe.
Hit the bell.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.